Hey, it's Sharon Sheldon here from Content Sparks, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can edit and brand the templates in Canva, particularly the ones that we create for coaches that are brandable, white label, private label rights. You'll see them in a lot of other places as well, but I'm going to use one of our brandable assessments in this particular demo. We also do ones like worksheets and planners and whatnot. So in this example, I'm going to open up an assessment. It is about how to determine if you're ready to add a group coaching program to your business. So the main thing in here is the assessment. In this case, we give it to you in a Canva template and a Word document. So I'll show you the Word document first so you can see the basics of what's included. And you can see it's a pretty standard Word document. It's set up as an assessment. It's called Should You Add Group Coaching to Your Business? And there's a rating scale with a bunch of questions. So people put down 5 points if they think that's me, 3 points, I don't know if that's me, 1 point if you think that's definitely me. So the assessment helps them decide whether to add group coaching and create a group coaching program. So they can do it in the Word document. You would save it as a PDF after adding your company name and your URL, because if you're a coach or a consultant, you want to make sure you have that information in there. As we've set this up as a lead magnet, assessments are fabulous as lead magnets because people see that they're ready, and then you can encourage them to contact you for coaching or join your course or something like that. So you can see the score as well. So there are things you can do to edit it in the Word document. It's pretty standard. If you know Word, you can just change the styles and colors and fonts and stuff like that. But the real power comes when you open up the Canva template and can do various things in Canva. So I'll open up that assessment folder again in Canva, and there is a PDF. So anytime you get a template from anyone that's a Canva template, you'll need a link that is basically the sharing link for a template. So in this case, I could click on it and open it up, but I'm going to right click and copy that link so that I can go over to my Chrome browser over here. And I'm just going to paste that in. You'll need a free or a paid Canva account in order to do this. You do not need the paid account, but there are some benefits to it, which you'll see when I open this up. So I'm going to copy that in, click enter, and you'll see that it says a template created by Sharon Sheldon was shared with you. Start designing now. You cannot edit the source template. You need to make a copy. So you can scroll through with this little arrow and see what's included. And then when you're ready, you click on this big purple button here that says Use Template. That is going to copy the template and open it up for you ready to edit. And it actually says copy of Should You Add Group Coaching to Your Business. Now, before you actually start making changes to this, you might want to make an additional copy so that you have your original. So you can rename this as something like original, right, of Should You Add Group Coaching to Your Business. And then you can also make a copy of that by going over to the left, clicking File, and then Make a Copy. And that will open up a new tab that again says Copy. And I'm going to rename this because you want to know what's what. And I'm going to call this Demo Should You Add Coaching to Your Business. And now I'm ready to get going. Now there's a first page on ours that has a little arrow pointing up to the trash can and says delete the page after reading. And this has some instructions for you about different things you can do, as well as a call to action to one of our white label courses on creating a group coaching program. So if you need something to sell, a quick way to create a course, we already have the courses created that you can white label, take the white label and put your own branding on and teach as your own. So we have that with a lot of these. And I think one of the first things I'm going to want to do is change this gray color to my branding colors. Now, one of the benefits of the paid Canva account is I can save all that information, my logo and branding kit and whatnot. But if you have your color codes, it's no big deal. I'll just click on that, click on that element. So you can highlight anything and make sure that you have it set up, and you'll see in this upper left corner right away that there's a color I can change. So I'm going to click on that background color, and I do have my brand colors set up, so I can just click on that, or you can click on the plus sign and actually put in the code for your colors. Or if you have the logo somewhere, you can click on this little pick a color from the design and highlight something else in the document. All right, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight to my brand kit and change that to my blue color. And one of the first things I want to do there is, because I want this done throughout the document, I go down to the bottom where it says change all. And what that's going to do is change that gray over to the blue that I've just picked. So I'm going to click on that. And now on every page, that border or background has been changed, including in this table that was gray before. What hasn't changed is the gray background here, because that's a background on the text. So I'm going to go in and change that now as well. And I'm going to do that, I have it highlighted. Now you can see I can change the font. I can change the size of the font, whether it's all caps or something else. So first, I think what I'll do is change the font, which is Railway, to one that's more similar to my brand ones, which is Textile Adventure Bold. So I'm going to click on that. And I, again, have that option to change all from Railway to the Text Adventure. So I'm going to change all. And now anywhere where that was is going to be changed. It's not in a lot of places, so it wasn't a big deal. And then I want to change that background, and that is in Effects. And you can kind of see what's been chosen here. So if you're not sure how to change it, you can usually see it highlighted. So I'll click on Effects, and you can see there's a background color set. And there's some different settings you can always play with. I'm just going to click on that color again, and I think this time I'm going to pick one of my other brand colors, this teal. And then it is all set. And because this is a background effect, I do have to go and change that elsewhere, which is why I only tend to use Canva templates for shorter documents, because there are things that you end up having to change. So let's see what else we have. We have this one as well. There, I need to change the effects. So there's that, and I think that's everything. I think I want to change this blue on the last page too, because that's not really my colors. So I'm going to go ahead and change that, I think also to that green. So now it has my branded colors everywhere. If you think you want to change some text in here, it's possibly easier to do that over in the Word document, at least to see it. I would always go through and try the assessment myself first to see if there's any edits I want to do. But you can click on any of the text and actually go in and just edit it right away. So, and if you have trouble reading it, you can go down to the bottom where there's the zoom feature and take that sliding scale and just make it bigger. And that way you can read it. Okay, so I've changed that. You might want to make it more personal. Maybe you want to change the name to Should I Add Group Coaching to My Business? So that would be one thing. Maybe you have an audience that specifically does life coaching. So should I add group coaching to my, or maybe it's health business or fitness business. So you can do something like that where you niche the title a bit more, and you can widen the size of the box. Lots of different things you can do. And then go down and read it. Here's another color. Let's see. Nope, that's my blue because it automatically changed it. Isn't that nice? And you can go down and see some of the other things in here. Let's see if there's anything else. I think I'm going to leave that as is. I've already put my logo in here. That's one of the things you need to change if you have one of our templates. Put it in your own logo. It's just a little image. You can highlight it, delete it, go over to uploads, and upload your logo. Or again, if you have the paid account, you can have your logos there already and just put that in. It'll put it in the middle of the page. So if you're zoomed in, you'll have to drag that down so that you can see it and then resize it to something that works for you, right? And that you will have to do on each page. So that is everything there. Now, the important thing at the end is to change this call to action. I'm going to zoom back out so you can see it all. And this one says join my course. So for instance, if you are pushing people over, encouraging people to sign up for your paid course on how to create a group coaching program, you might have that there. You might say, learn more. Okay. So you would just type in the change, learn more, and then have some sort of information there. Here it says, want to learn and teach others how to design a group coaching program that expands their impact and transforms their lives. You would say, want to learn how, because you're not teaching, you're not giving people the private label rights to teach it, you are actually teaching them. So want to learn how to design a group coaching program that expands your clients' lives, let's just say, or expands, let's say transforms your clients' lives. And depending on what your own topic is that you teach, it could be something else. So in this case, you've been talking to, say, fitness instructors and seeing if they're ready to add group coaching. You would tailor this to your particular audience if you're teaching group coaching. So they take the assessment, determine whether they are ready to do group coaching in their business, and then you teach them how to do group coaching by giving them a course. Another thing you might do is encourage people to sign up for a coaching call. So you may be doing some sort of assessment and encouraging them to sign up to learn more about your coaching services, in which case you would change this call to action to something else, like it could still be learn more, want to learn more, and then you'd say, give me a call, set up a free coaching call, a free strategy session, and then give a link to your calendar. In this case, we've got just a space holder for call to action, and say it was a course, it would be click here to learn how. Want to learn how. So, play with that a little bit. And you can hyperlink this so that when you print it as a PDF, if someone opens it online, they can click on it. Otherwise, you can type in the actual URL. Now for this, I think I'd like to have a button there instead of just the text. So you can go into your elements over on the left and maybe just type in button and see what comes up. You'll get a whole range. If you have a paid account, you can see some of those. If you want to make sure all the elements are free, you can click on this little filter icon and just click on free and apply filters. And that way everything you see on here will be free buttons. But sometimes it's nice to see, if you do have a paid account, what you could use. So I'm going to turn off that and just put on the Pro and see if there's anything more interesting. So I kind of like this one with the blue and the little arrows. I'm going to click on that. It'll add it to my image, and I'm going to need to put it down here where the text is, and then position it to the back. Now in this case, it's not showing up right because there's some other elements here that are all grouped together. You see how it's all moving together? So I'm going to need to ungroup that. And the way you can see why that's happening is when you highlight something and you see these little tiny dots at the bottom. Maybe if I zoom in, you can see there's little dots. That means something's been grouped. And you can also see in the top here, it says ungroup. The way to do that is, highlight that whole thing that's grouped and click ungroup. And now you'll see there's lots of different things that were highlighted together and grouped together to make it easier to adjust. So let me show you how that works as well. I'm going to click outside the slide, the page, so that I can work on it. And then I need to add that element again. So I'm going to put that in. It actually might be behind here, but I don't want to mess with it at this point. Let's see. Yes, it is there. So this I'm going to position forward again, and then I can move this white thing back. So sometimes you have to fiddle with it, but it's all about that grouping. It does make things easier, but you have to look out for it when you want to change things. So I'm going to make this button a little bit bigger so that it's really obvious. And I can click that text, and you can see again, position. You can put it forward or backwards. If I go backwards, it's behind the button. When I go forwards, it's in front of it. I'm also going to change the color of the button to one of my colors. Again, I think I will do my orange, but then my text is orange, so let's change that to white. And now you can see it and it all fits. And just play with it. There are guidelines. These little dotted lines will show up as well that help you. You can make it bigger, smaller. And there's one last thing I want to do in here, which is change this pack shot to something else. And in order to do that, you're going to need to upload some images. So for a course, you might want to take some screenshots using something like Snagit of different pages. And then because these are set up as images, you can just drag them in. So as an example, I'm going to go to my uploads. I already have some pages uploaded from some other promo marketing material of ours. So I'm going to just take one, put my mouse over it, drag it over, and it'll just fill that. You wait to see how it fills it. And let's do that with some others I have here. So here's one, another page, and I just keep dragging and filling all those different sheets. You can delete one or two if you don't like how many pages there are, and then play with the layout. So I'm going to delete one of them by highlighting it. And let's see, let's put one more in here. So then I've got a little pack shot that makes your program look more robust, something physical. People are more attracted to that. And I don't want to have to keep playing with the position on all these things. So this is where that grouping element comes in really handy. So first thing I'm going to do is group together this pack shot. So all I do is click on one thing, click the Shift key, and then start highlighting the other things. So you'll see that dotted line start to show up. Things will be outlined as you highlight them, so you know they're highlighted. And then that is all the elements. I'll click up on the upper right, group. And now that's become one image that I can move anywhere on the page. Nice and handy, right? And I don't think I'm going to group the whole page's elements together, but I will group the button with the text. So I click on the text, then I click Shift and highlight that and click Group. So now I have that highlighted as well. And since I would probably offer this as a downloadable PDF to somebody, I can highlight that whole thing and go into link, put a link in there. So there's a little 3 dots up at the top that says More. I'm going to click on that. It gives some more formatting options and a little link button. So I can click a link and put in this case, I'm going to put it in just to my shop, contentsparks.com/shop, where all our white label courses are. And we're done. And now just do a quick review of everything. I think if I were referring people to coaching and I wanted them to sign up for a call, I'd probably put a picture of myself here instead of that pack shot. So remember, you don't have to use the pack shot. You could just upload a picture. So say I wanted to delete that. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I deleted one by accident. So let's delete the whole grouping. which one of them did not delete because I had it highlighted. But you can go through and delete everything, just trash the whole thing, and it's gone. And then I'd go to uploads, and I already have a headshot, a few of them in here. So maybe I would add, let's see, something like that, and size it in. And I'd say, sign up for a free strategy call, and make that link and call to action on the button the link to my calendar. So I'm not going to do that because I have courses that I do instead. So let's put that back. All right. Now, last step. We're almost there. Take this page, delete it. Now you just have your assessment ready to go and the call to action at the end. So I'm now ready to share this with people. So I'm going to click on the share button over on the right here, and you want to download it. Click on the download, and it came up first as a PNG, an image as suggested, but I want it to be a PDF. So click on the down arrow here, and you'll have a whole range of suggestions. We're going to do PDF print, I think, because some people are going to want to print this and fill it in by hand, even though you have that link in there. And I think we can just leave it as is. You're going to do all pages because that is the whole assessment. You can do one page at a time. And I'm going to click download. It's going to go through the little process. It's printing, downloading, and it's in my file bar at the bottom. So I'm going to click on that and open it up. And you can see that I have a PDF complete with my logo. And all the way at the bottom, there's my click here to learn more. And depending on how you print that, that should be clickable. You can always check that before you leave, before you start printing. Any mistakes, no big deal. Just go back and check everything and see. Maybe you want to change that. The link didn't really work that well for me because I guess when I grouped it, it disappeared. So I'm going to put the link in again. No big deal if something is wrong because you can redo it, edit anything, anytime. And remember, I made a copy of the original so that I can always go back if this thing is completely messed up. So now if I click share again and go to download and again go to PDF, I can download, and let's see how it comes out this time. You'll want to put it somewhere. Professional prints, I don't want to print it, but there's plenty of options to do that too, and there are lots of printers online if you want to print it and send it to people. So here it is again, and let's see if that link worked this time. And there it is. You can tell because my little pointer finger will go on there. So I'm going to click on that. So people may want to look at it before they've even done the assessment, and it's opened up that link. So we're all good. And go back. People can then print this and do it by hand. They can look it online anytime, and you're ready to go. And it's a great lead magnet that will lead people over to whatever offer you have. And then remember, we have the original, so we can do things with that. You can make multiple versions with different colors for different types of businesses. I have, should I add group coaching to my fitness business? You can make different versions for different audiences. It's entirely up to you. And this works the same way with any worksheet that you have or planner or anything else that you have in Canva. You can make all those edits, and you can start playing with other elements in here as well. But just my very last word of advice on this is don't go crazy with colors and images. Even this teal color with the white text might be something you would change to a straight black text and no background, because if people do print this, they don't want to use up all the color in their printer. So keep it light and make sure it's your fonts, your colors, your logo, and your call to action at the end to wherever you want people to go next, what their next step is. And then it becomes a funnel in your business that really adds value in sales and clients and whatever else your goals are. Hope that was helpful. And let me know if you have any questions at all.